Can two separate beings create the universe? A logical analysis of Isaiah 44:24. Isaiah 44:24 makes a profound statement. God alone created the heavens and the earth by himself. But if the New Testament says that Jesus created all things, does that mean there are two separate beings involved in creation? Can two beings truly be responsible for creating the universe? Today, we will take a logical and biblical look at this question. Section 1. What does Isaiah 44:24 say about creation? Let's begin by looking at Isaiah 44:24 and breaking down its meaning. Isaiah 44:24, KJV. Thus saith the Lord thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb, I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. Key Hebrew phrases and grammar. Ani Yihvah, Ani Yihweesh. I am the Lord, Yihweesh, Oshech Kol, who makes all things. Absolute creation, singular verb. Note Shamayim Lbadi, Note Shamayim Levadi, who stretches out the heavens alone. Roka. Haaretz Me'iti. Roka Haaretz Me'iti, who spreads out the earth by myself. Key observations from the Hebrew. 1. Levadi, Lebadi, explicitly means completely alone, leaving no room for a secondary being. 2. Me'iti, Me'ati, emphasizes that the action of creation comes from God alone, without help. 3. The Hebrew grammar confirms that creation was an exclusive act of YHWH. Big question. If God says he created alone, how can the New Testament claim that Jesus created all things? Section 2. The New Testament's claims about creation. The New Testament makes astonishing claims about Jesus and his role in creation. Let's compare this with Isaiah 44:24. John chapter 1:3, KJV. All things were made by him, Jesus, and without him was not anything made that was made. Colossians 1:16-17, KJV. For by him, Jesus, were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Hebrews chapter 1:10, KJV. And thou, Lord Jesus, in the beginning hast laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the works of thine hands. Key takeaways from these verses. 1 John 1:3. Jesus created everything, no exceptions. 2 Colossians 1:16. Jesus created all things, including heaven and earth. 3. Hebrews 1:10. The Father himself calls Jesus the Creator, quoting Psalm 102, which speaks about the problem. If Isaiah 44:24 says God created alone, but the New Testament says Jesus created everything, how can both statements be true? Section 3. Can two separate beings create the universe? Let's apply logic to this question. Can two separate beings truly be responsible for creation? Logical problems with two separate creators. 1. Contradiction in exclusive action. If God says he created alone, but Jesus is also said to have created, then either Isaiah 44:24 is false, or Jesus is not a separate being from God. Both divine authority cannot be shared. If two separate beings created together, then neither one could truly say, I alone created. Isaiah 44:24 makes it clear that creation was a singular action by one divine being. 3. A divided creation would imply multiple gods. If God and Jesus were two separate beings who both created, That would mean two distinct gods exist, contradicting Isaiah 45:5. Isaiah 45:5, KJV. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. Final answer. The only way Isaiah 44:24 and the New Testament can both be true is if Jesus is Yahweh, the same God who declared that he created alone. Section 4. Answering common objections. Objection number 1. Jesus was created before all things and then created everything else. Answer: no. John 1:3 and Colossians chapter 1:16. Both say Jesus created all things, meaning he cannot be part of the things created. Objection number 2. God created through Jesus, so Jesus is just an agent. Answer: Isaiah 44:24 says God created alone. If Jesus was just an agent, Isaiah would be false. Objection number 3. Jesus and the Father are separate beings. Answer: Isaiah 45:5 says there is no God besides you. If Jesus is not Yahweh, then he is either a false God or he is Yahweh. Final verdict. Jesus is not separate from the creator of Isaiah 44:24. He is the creator of Isaiah 44:24. Final challenge and call to action. Now it's your turn. If Jesus isn't God, why does he create all things in Colossians 1:16? If Isaiah 44:24 says God created alone, how can Jesus also be the creator? How do skeptics explain Hebrews 1:10, where the Father calls Jesus the creator? Like, share, and comment below. Do you believe Jesus is God? Let's discuss. Subscribe for more biblical truth that exposes deception.